Everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tweak, Test, and Repeat. I'm Mr. Umer, and here's another PC quick tip. I'll be going over Windows 10 Your Phone app. Now, this is a feature that's existed on Macs for a while, but on Windows, they've introduced an app that allows you to run basically your Android apps on Windows 10. So that can be very useful to your workflow, especially if you're using applications that deal with authenticators or two-factor authentication, or if you're trying to answer a call or text message, or run any other app that may be on your phone and you don't want to open your phone and have to use both, right? Obviously, I have my phone here, my Samsung Note 10 Plus, but I also have it here connected on the Your Phone app. Now, I won't get too much in detail how to actually add or link your phone because it requires a lot of steps. But basically, when you launch this Your Phone app, you can go ahead and type it in the search here. Type Your Phone. It's going to launch and it will come up with some settings where under devices where you can link your phone. So once you go through that, uh, I would say it's a pretty complex process, but basically it's going to let you log in to your phone and Microsoft, and you also have to have that software as well on your Samsung. Um, there's a Microsoft link software or Windows link software that you have to have as well. But it'll guide you through it to go ahead and download it. But once you have everything set up, now you have access to all your Android apps, right? Now, obviously, if you're a big fan of the Microsoft Store, um, there's going to be some apps in there that are pretty similar, right? Like Messenger. I have Messenger for Windows 10, works great. Same as the one that I have on Android. Just depends, obviously if you're mobile, and you have a laptop or a phone, you're going to want to use that Messenger, right? But if you're working and telecommuting from home, then you probably want to, set your phone down, leave it charged up, and you just want to be able to just hook this up. Obviously, this your phone works by using your Wi-Fi connection, right? So it's basically cloning your phone screen and connecting to your Android or Samsung phone. I'm not sure it really works great with Apple phones, but there's some limited functionality there. That's probably for a reason, right? Microsoft versus Apple, right? But if you have an Android phone or a Samsung in particular, you're gonna be able to access all this power here, right? So you can see all my apps are here. If I went ahead and I ran an app like Facebook, for example, Windows or Facebook removed it from the Windows 10 App Store. Well, Windows 10 probably not a lot of users. They're using the Windows 10 app for Facebook. They're probably using your browser like their Chrome or Firefox. But I went ahead and the app is here. You can always pin it, and I have it down here as a shortcut. I can double click here. Um, Obviously it's not going to be as snappy because it's actually running off your Wi-Fi, so it depends on your Wi-Fi. So you notice that when I launched the Facebook app, it basically did a small window here. Now, I mean that can be a benefit because it's basically in a vertical type thing where you can scroll, and it's going to be the same with that. Obviously, when you're on a phone, you can rotate and you have different um, angles. Maybe you have a more of a widescreen type thing. That's not going to really happen here because they haven't added that feature, but it's also going to mimic basically what you have. On mine, I've hidden the back and the home button. So mine is, the swipes that I have on my phone is I swipe up to go back, and it's on the left corner. If I if I swipe up in the middle, that's the home button, and then the last button is the third button is the showing all the multiple apps that are running, right? So I swipe up here. See if it works in there. It works the same, right, as on the phone. It's going to go ahead and do that. Obviously, this is a cloned phone screen, so I can either run it here on the left or on the right. If I run it here on the left, then I open up my Google News. Guess what? It's going to do the same thing, right? It's going to launch the app that you see on the screen. Obviously, if you're trying to view the same app and run it at the same time, your screen on your phone might be locked because it's actually streaming it onto your desktop PC here. So this could be very helpful because if you don't have an app that only runs on the Android Play Store ecosystem, then you can run it here. You can pretty much clone it here, and it's pretty snappy, right? Now, if you're gonna have apps, um, obviously that run with some basically uh, some password protection on here, right? For example, let's say I want to run my text messaging here. That might pull up, right? Um, but if I try to run, let's see if I have an app that actually, if I go swipe up here, let's say I try to run my I don't know, my Chase account. Well, it's locked, right? Even if I lock this here and I use the thumbprint on my phone, or if I put in the swipe password, um, it's going to show a blank screen or a black screen. So obviously, not everything can be streamed to this app here. So, and that's probably for privacy concerns, right? Um, if this app can actually bypass all that and read it, then you could probably take the data and send it somewhere. Some hacker can get in, right? So obviously, anything that's been password protected, if you're using like McAfee, Norton, Avast, or anything that protects your apps from launching, or any kind of app that basically blocks users, or even your well, it doesn't. I mean, if this phone was locked here, for example, let's see if I lock it here. Um, yeah, so right now I have a thumbprint, right? So it's going to unlock from there. But and I can obviously do the same thing, but it's still going to blank out some apps that are not allowed to be streamed here, right? Some apps also block, like for example, maybe you opened your Chase bank account app and you're trying to take a screenshot of something. A lot of the screen capturing has been disabled because of privacy or security issues, right? Um, Other things run here. If I go ahead and run YouTube, obviously I can pull up some videos in here, and it depending where your audio is being streamed. I noticed that the way mine's set up, sometimes the video or audio, it's coming out of the speakers from my phone, which if you have Bluetooth turned on, it's going to stream right to your speakers or to my Bluetooth speaker, and that's going to be the same for running videos that are within a Facebook app, right? Or it could be TikTok or Instagram. Um, So that's there's very very good benefit here. You can probably see all your notifications here, swiping up and down. Obviously, a lot of those pertain to the phone, right? Um, but one of the cool things about having the Windows 10 app is I don't really have to use this phone screen cloning here, right? I can go ahead and pull everything from here, right? So I got some weird pictures in here. If I wanted to go ahead and open up the picture of my dog here, right? It's going to open up and launch into screen here. And you can actually copy this here. If I wanted to copy this here, it's going to send it to your clipboard. And if I paste it, now I have a picture that came from my phone, and now it's on my desktop, right? If I open it up in Photos, there we go, picture of my dog, right? With her Valentine's, ready for Valentine's, right? So that's kind of a nifty feature there. I really like that one there because I mean, what's the alternative? Is you plug your phone using USB or maybe like a Bluetooth. Right now the Android and the Windows 10, their drop share is not as good as obviously on a Mac. On a Mac, you can just and an iPhone, you can drag and drop it pretty easily, right? But this is probably the next best thing for Windows because there's a lot more Windows users. What do we got? Like a billion Windows users versus 60 million Mac users. So maybe those 60 million Mac users are pretty lucky, right? But for us Windows users, we're out of luck unless we have an alternative, which it's getting better as we evolve here. So that's very useful, being able to do that. Um, It'd be nice if they had a drag and drop. Obviously, oh yeah, it looks like they do have a drag and drop, so I can drag and drop this onto my desktop. Boom, and now I have the picture of that ice cream, that I got from Rite Aid, right? Coconut pineapple, that's the best, by the way. So very useful feature. Apps, photos, messages. I can go in here. If you had some kind of two-factor and you're logging in your company's website or somewhere that uses two-factor, obviously it can text you here. You can go in and you can right-click and you can copy that and paste it in there. It's going to go from your phone app, and it has access to copy it onto your Windows clipboard. So that's pretty useful, I would say. Obviously, if I wanted to text my buddy here, I could go ahead and text something to him, hit send, and he's going to get it. And that applies to also to pasting links or videos or whatever. So very useful here. Notifications may not be as important there, but um, you know, you might see some things that, oh yeah, here's a lot of things that my emails reminding me, maybe Domino's Pizza saying, hey, you haven't ordered pizza and wings for a while, right? And you want to see those notifications. Obviously, you can actually connect your phone here and receive calls. I've disabled it because sometimes I'll be maybe on a Teams or Zoom call, and then this call from my phone might interfere. Maybe it's like a spam or some kind of fraud that you're trying to ignore, and you have filters in there on your phone, right? You don't want to have a lot more of those in here. So I've disabled that in there. But yeah, that's a real quick PC tip there. If you want to be able to integrate your phone with your Windows, you can easily do that, and it's pretty seamless once you get everything set up. That's all I have for today. If you want information, go ahead and read the description in this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.